We've got Pieter-Steph to Toit and Mzwandile stick on top table. I've already mentioned to you guys, please raise your hands for questions. And then ask one question, please, at a time. And if there's time for further questions, we'll get to that. Can everybody hear me perfectly?
Yes,
Okay, brilliant. We're going to get going in a minute. Let's just wait for everybody to get online, and then we're good to go. Okay. Right. Let's get started. Okay, cool, guys. We can get going. Nathan?
Thank you very much, Gina. Good day, Pieter-Steph. I'll just go with one question first, and then another one at the end of this course with Coach Stick. Coach, apologies. Coach, yes, sorry. Coach, the squad has been together training on the field for a short time. Yes, there were alignment camps on the way. With that being said, what are you expecting from the gents, especially with the new blood coming in from this weekend's game?
Yeah, listen, it's a start of the season, and there's a lot of exciting things, with also new personnel also in our coaching staff. So yeah, at least we've managed to have our alignment camps where we can align with the players and also get their input in how we want to do things and then take this team forward, and it's been good. And then also being in those conditioning camps in Pretoria, I think it helped us. It gave us a bit of more time on the field with the players. But once again, I think a lot of guys are excited, and also us as coaches, because of, once again, we're going to have to start building now towards 2027, and couple of youngsters getting opportunity in this team, and with a good mixture with the experienced players around them. So I think the most important thing for us is not to try too much. It's just to make sure that we do the things that we planned well. And then also, once again, like we always say that, we must also make sure that we focus also on our soul, which is the things that we normally do well. So I think that's going to be a key for us going into this game. We have to start well and make sure that we pitch up with our physicality, like we always do.
Lita?
Thank you, Z. Hello, Stokke. Hi, Pieter-Steph. Hope it gaan goed.
Yes, my bro.
If you can touch on the crowd of over 65,000 pitching up, it's a first of many for a lot of guys in the squad, and also Rassie in his return, and it's a first game of a 4-year cycle that's starting again. Just what was the message to the guys in handling the atmosphere, the game itself, and then just the message from the system? Pieter-Steph, if you can touch on that too as well, please.
Yes, for the new guys, of course, playing in Twickenham in almost a sold-out stadium is unbelievable privilege and honor, playing for the Springboks. So it's our second test match outside of test window in a neutral stadium. Last was it against New Zealand and now against Wales. So for myself personally, it's a huge honor to play against them and to play that test match for the Boks and for the new guys. So the message we've got for them is we've done the hard work this last 2 weeks. We've got our systems in place, and the system is there to protect the guys in the team, so they can just go out and enjoy themselves and focus on their personal abilities and the abilities that got them picked for the Springboks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Coach, just want to check what excites you about in the backs, about Jordan and Edwill.
Yeah, I think if you follow Jordan Hendricks's career, he's been coming at the Lions over the past 2-3 seasons. He's been playing very well, but sometimes gets unlucky with his injuries, So we've always had an eye on him, because he was one of the players with great potential, and how he manages the game also when he was playing for the Lions, So, but one thing that excites me with that backline, if you look at the balance with what we have. You know, a guy like Edwill, Panamera, probably similar style of play to what we normally have with Cheslin Colby or Kedley Arens, you know, and with the experience of Mapimpi also in that on the other side of the wing. You know, I think it's a well balanced backline. You know, if you look at what we've got in that team, Apelele Fase is playing very well for the Sharks, and I think also for Rasi to reward him with the call back into the team. And I think the last time he played actually for us, it was against Wales in I think it was in Bloemfontein. You know, so for him to get an opportunity, and I've seen him, we've followed him, and we've seen some growth in his game also. You know, so I think the most important thing for us is just the balance that we've got in that backline. You know, if you talk about experienced players around the likes of Faf, pairing up with Jordan, so which is a good balance. And then also in the midfielder with Andre Esayezen, who's been around also. Whenever he gets a chance, he always play very well for us as a team, you know, for the team, and with Jesse Creel. So I think it's a good balance for us study. But I'm also, once again, I'm more excited to see what those new guys will do tomorrow, you know, because of, once again, if they get opportunities and they grab them with both ends, I think the better it is for us as coaches going forward. Because remember, we always want to also build the squad depth, you know. So if we can know that even if Cheslin is back after a couple of weeks, if you know that a guy like Edward can do the job for us, I think that will be great for us as coaches.
Thanks, Ian. How's it, guys? Pieter-Steph, obviously, this is the second time you're going to be captaining after Wales and Washington back in 2018. So a bit of similarities there in it being at a neutral ground. But do you think sort of the differences this time around is it's a much more experienced side that's coming up, so there's a bit more pressure, do you think, on you guys to win? And secondly, for you personally, filling in as captain, is this more, do you see it more as a filler role, or do you hope to become more permanent at a later stage?
Yeah, just on the captaincy, so it's a massive honor and a privilege for me to be able to captain this team. But I think in the past, I think everyone on Chasing the Sun also mentioned captain is irrelevant in this team. It's got a job description, and the job description is the communication between the players and the ref. Inside the team environment, everyone has a specific role that's get assigned to you, and that's your responsibility on the field to make sure that aspect of the game performs. And then, against Wales, it's again, I've got a special bond with him. It feels to me personal. I've made my debut against him in 2013, and then first time captain, and now second time captain. So it's special for me to play against them, and especially the respect we have for each others and the way they play, the physicality that they bring towards the game as well. So pressure is always there to win when you put on the Springbok jersey. So we've done our preparation this last 2 weeks. Again, we've got a new defense coach, a new attack coach, but the core of the squad is staying the same. So I think we've got a bit more of a better edge than we had in 2018, but again, the pressure will be on both sides.
Thank you again, Zina. Zina, this one is for Pieter-Steph. Pieter-Steph, again, congratulations with the captaincy. You get another opportunity to lead out the side. Will you be looking to lean on the likes of Eben and Bongi? You're not really known to speak much, but rather lead by actions. But at one time when he spoke and said, and I'll say it loud in English, come, let's make a plan.
What? Yes. Again, those guys have been part of the group with myself and with Rassi and everyone in Stockholm, with everyone for his last, I think, 6 years now. So we've come to understanding where we sort of understand each other. You don't always have, some guys will speak, some guys will lead with action. So again, with this environment as a team, they just want you to be yourself. You don't have to be someone else, do something that's not expected of you. And that's the nice thing about this environment. You can be yourself. Myself, if I feel there's something that's on my heart that needs to be said, I'll definitely say it. But if I feel the message has come across, it's no need to speak again and waste time on a certain aspect of the game.
Stokke, just for you, please. It's a tricky first game where you're bleeding new guys, but there's also that tag of world champions on your back, and there's a vast experience, especially amongst the pack of forwards. How much are you protecting the guys against that pressure of wanting to show South Africa, yes, we are still champions, and not falling into that trap of trying to go out and prove that we are still the champions? If you understand what I'm meaning by that.
Yeah, no, listen, the key thing for us that we always focus on, and that's something that we always draw strength from, it's we're not just protecting the status of being #1 or world champions. We are protecting South Africa. We are representing plus minus 60 million people. So whenever we get an opportunity to play as a Springbok, we know the honor and the responsibility that's in our shoulders. We're representing the country. So besides being world champions, I think for us the most important thing is that we have to protect South Africa. And also the fact that we know the legacy of this jersey that we're using. The Springbok jersey. It's been there for ages. So at all times, whenever the players they put that jersey over their shoulders, they know the responsibility that goes with that. So once again, we will always do everything in our powers to make sure that we protect South Africa. So tomorrow, yes, I know probably Wales will probably be excited the fact that they play against world champions, but for us, it's not about that. For us, it's just to make sure that we start well the season and then make sure that we're going to keep on building from it, because it's going to be a tough season, it's going to be a long season. But once again, for us, it's all about the Springbok rugby and the South Africans.
Stephen?
Thank you very much. Coach, how have you guys found the new voices in the management team, just from a coach's perspective? Because what's quite interesting about it through the years, South African players like playing like South Africans, so there's a limited scope really to bring in foreign ideas, if you understand what I mean. So how have you found it? Have you found it stimulating, and have you guys taken a lot of positives on board?
Yeah, listen, it's like we've always talked about it in the past to say, like, if we're going to think we're going to do the same things that we normally used to do in 2019 or 2023, the other teams, they'll catch up on us, and they will study us and they'll probably go past us. So we also, as a team, it's very important also to keep evolving, Yes, like you mentioned now, there are certain things that we can't compromise, when it comes to how we play the game, and as South Africans, we take pride in, most especially when you see our physicality and how we play our kicking game, But the key thing is that with the new voices and the new coaches, I think it's a balance, and I've been enjoying the past couple of weeks working with these gentlemen, and you can see also they don't have big egos, It's people that really wants to make contribute in the team to make it a better place. And once again, with Tony Brown's mindset, he's someone that really empowers the players, when it comes to decision making also on the field. So I think the key thing for us as coaches is to make sure that we complement each other when it comes to the way we want to play the game. But once again, when it comes to other things, we can't negotiate. The players, they understand very well that at least if we defend well and we kick well, and probably on the set pieces also we get advantage there, you've got a better chance to win the game. The rest can follow after that. Otherwise, if you want to try to do all the nice things and then not do the hard work on the field, probably it will be a long day for us. But once again, hopefully things will get together nicely tomorrow.
Ross?
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Stocker, the bench is a little bit inexperienced. You got two uncapped players. Salman's only played 3 times and Tutugu Mchunu once. So are you guys hoping that the starters lay the platform and there's like maybe a good lead for the second half so the guys can come in with less pressure? Or would you prefer them to come on with a little bit of pressure, to sort of see what they can do there?
Yeah, listen, once again, on the other side, you've still got Bongi on the bench, and you've still got a guy like Mzwandile on the bench. And if you look at probably the possible players that were available for this game, this is probably the best possible 23 players that we could have selected. That's one thing for sure. And a lot of those guys that are on the bench also, if you look at a guy like Salman Murad, who's been coming in our system also, for a while, for him now to also get an opportunity is something that is very exciting that I'm looking forward to. And once again, like we always say, we always want to build squad depth into our system. If you remember very well, I think it was 2 years or 3 years ago when we played against Wales in Bloemfontein, and then the likes of us who were playing in that game, when we gave guys like Ketley Arends opportunities those days, and then people kept on saying, we don't understand what we're doing. But now you talk about Ketley Arends, everyone's got a massive respect of him, as one of the world best probably wings at the moment, So once again, unfortunately, if sometimes you want to build squad depth, you have to make some bold calls. And I think a lot of these youngsters, they deserve that opportunity. So I'm excited and I'm looking forward to see some of them. Jason Dixon also has been doing very, very well for the Stormers. So I think for us, it's a key that we must also reward some good performances from our players also.
Guys, please a reminder to just raise your hands for questions. Nathan is now on his third question, so if there are any others, please raise your hand. Nathan?
I just got a couple of explosive questions for Coach Stick.
Yeah, all good, Nathan.
Okay, thank you very much, Jennifer, for the opportunity. Pomo, Themba nisiphetha kakuhle kuloqala. Ngeziphi iziphumo nifuna uzibona kule game yokuqala?
Nathan, tata into ebalulekileyo ukuthi si-set i-tone for the season yethu. Uzokhumbule kaloku sinala tag ngoku xa sizodlala xa sidlala i-team zizawuza ngamandla bakuthi because of la World Champions tag, yabona. So into ebalulekileyo ukuthi make sure ngomso xa siqala umdlalo siqale kakuhle kakhulu, more especially kwicala loba le-physicality, because of ukhumbule kaloku iqela le-Wales ngabafana noko abanamandla abathanda nabo the physical side of the game, yabona. So ne-kicking game yabo into abayithanda kaba-organize kakhulu kuyo, yabona. So I think apho sizawuchallenge kakhulu. So kubalekile xa kufuneke lo mdlalo wangomso, if bangaba sifuna ukuphumelela, siwuqale kahle as a team, sithi make sure uba ezinto siqhela uzenza kakuhle, like into ze-set pieces ne-defense ne-kicking game yethu sikwazi uzi-execute kakuhle. And then yonke enye into ke iyawulandela after leyo tata, because of uzokhumbule again sinabaqeqeshi abatsha apha kuthi system yethu abafana njengo-Tony Brown, which is i-attack yethu, yabona, will be probably slightly different kancinci, yabona. So I think with London ndithethileyo, I think there's also excitement from all of us. I'm talking about players and coaches to see what we can do from tomorrow because of udala sebenza kakuhle the past couple of 2 weeks, So kubalekile ngomso to make sure set the tone for the season yet, because of izaba season ende kakhulu and izaba season enzima kakhulu xa ubona uba amaqela esawudlala nawo kulo nyaka.
Oh, sorry.
Nathan, can you give others a chance, please? Herman?
Thanks, Zina. Sorry, I've just got a question, maybe for Pieter-Steph. I've just had a look at the head-to-head against Wales. In the last 10 games you guys have played, it's been 5-5, 5 wins and 5 losses. Now, obviously, you haven't always been in that opportunity to pick necessarily the best Bok team, but Wales have been a bit of a plucky side for you over the last few years. There's a stage where I think they won 4 in a row as well. So just your views on them. What makes them so tough? What is it that they bring that provides a challenge for you guys?
Yes, that was the message that the coaches team gave us as well. So we only have in the last, like we said, this 5 from 5, 5 for them, 5 for us. So that's something that we have to focus on, and it just shows you like there's no easy test match anymore. And what makes it difficult to play against them is the physicality. They're big boys, they're hard. I still remember last year when we played against them, the message that we got from the coaching staff is they're going to keep coming till the last whistle go. And I remember, I can't remember exactly which try it was, or maybe it was the second or third try. And normally a team walks back from underneath the post to the halfway line and take the time to kick off. They were jogging. They were ready for the next moment, trying to get points on the board. So they're not going to stop. And I think that's what makes a challenge to play against them. They're always going to keep coming.
Steven?
Thank you.
Thanks, Z. Is it okay if I ask Pieter-Steph a question in Afrikaans, please?
Yes, that's good, Steven.
Gooi hom, Steven.
Pieter-Steph, laaste wedstryd wat jy gespeel het vir die Springbokke, het jy 25 duikslae gemaak en was jy speler van die wedstryd in 'n wêreldbeker eindstryd. Het jy al gedink oor die toekoms, jy weet, langtermyn, wat is dit wat jy nog wil bereik in 'n boktrui en miskien net as 'n span, jy weet, as die kern van die span, die pad vorentoe, wat wil julle nog bereik?
Ja, as die kern van die span is dit natuurlik baie belangrik vir ons om kombinasies uit te vind, dink ek, en 'n momentum te bou, om gereeld onder die top 3 te wees in die wêreldranglys. As ons daar kan bly, doen ons iets reg, dan weet ons bly kompeterend, jongens in te bring in die spanning. So as ons daai kan doen, sal SA Rugby en die Springbokke op 'n goeie voet wees tot en met die volgende wêreldbeker. So natuurlik bou ons met die oogpunt van 2027 wat die einddoel is. My persoonlike doelwit is om elke wedstryd my beste te speel, alles te gee wat ek kan gee, en net om hier so te wees vir die span en my kant te bring waar ek kan, waar hulle nodig het.
Reg, so baie dankie. Voorspoed julle.
Pieter-Steph, ook vir jou asseblief, net oor Malcolm, tydens oefening, wat was jou observerings van hom? Is hy gretig om terug te kom op die veld? Is 9 maande, hy het glad nie in Japan gespeel nie, so net die gevoel om hom ook terug te hê in 'n bokspan.
Dit is ongelooflik om as Malcolm van sy kaliber terug te hê en sy ondervinding. Ek dink vir hom gaan dit ongelooflik lekker wees. Ek was self al 'n paar keer in daai situasie gewees, en om terug te kom en jou eerste wedstryd is 'n toetswedstryd wat op twee kinders teen wal is. So ek dink die druk gaan daar wees, maar weer eens uit die ouens rondom hom om hom gemaklik te laat kan voel. Ek dink ook nie daar word te veel van hom verwag om die wedstryd op sy eie te wen nie. So ons is daar vir mekaar, ons is daar om hom te ondersteun, maar ek dink mense gaan definitief, of ons almal kan definitief 'n goeie wedstryd van hom persoonlik verwag.
Ross?
Stocker, how much momentum can you guys sort of take from a game like this when you consider that, there'll be another squad named after the game, a few more players coming in from, Europe and from the Bulls. So do you still think you can still take a lot of momentum from this type of game into, the incoming series against Ireland and Portugal? And then secondly, just maybe if you could both have a word about, it's a really big weekend for SA Rugby, with the Bulls in that URC final.
Yeah, Ross, I think for us it's key to start well, not only because of just the personnel in place, I'm talking about the systems that we are trying to install as coaching staff. Like I said, we've got a new attack coach, we've got a new defense coach. So I think if we can execute well our plans, and see how the players are executing from the new voices, I think that will be one of the most positive things for us if we start well. That's one thing when it comes to momentum that we're looking for. Yes, I know there's going to be change in personnel sometimes now and then when the other players are all available to play. But once again, for us, I think the more competition we get between our players, I think the better it is for us as coaches. We want to build squad depth, but we want also at the very same time to make sure that we still protect our South African emblem, and we want to protect our Springbok emblem. So at all times, we always want to perform at our best. And tomorrow will be a good test. Like Pieter-Steph just mentioned now, Wales, they're a very, very tough side. They're well coached. When it comes to the kicking game, it's part of their DNA, So I know one thing for sure, that we're going to be challenged tomorrow. But once again, I think for us, we will take a massive, massive momentum if we can execute the way we want to play the game. And I think it will also build confidence amongst our players going forward. Yeah. And then once again, when it comes to Ireland, we'll probably only start talking about them probably from Monday after the game.
Nathan will take your last question, and then Stephen, if that's an old hand, then you can close off with Nathan. We'll close off with Nathan.
Thank you very much again, Zina. Pomoy, kothethe nje Pieter-Steph xa ezokhokhela iqela umuntu uthanda usebenza imini yonke ebaleni.
Yabona into endiyithandayo apha kabadlali bethu wena Nathan, we've got a lot of i-leaders abetiminate uthi ujonge namfana njengobonga imbonambi sebhentshini naye wake wasenzela umsebenzi as a captain. Umfana njengo-Evans yamazi naye one of the leaders egruphini. But xa ujonga umfana njengo-Pieter-Steph Toit uya-understanda exactly how we operate as a team. Yabona, and yena angilambi uthetha kakhulu, yabona, i-actions zakhe is what makes him one of the strong leaders, yabona, and njengoba esitshile ba if angaba sometimes there's no need for yena bathetha akho nto azayithethela, yabona. So into ebalulekileyo ukuthi make sure bakha thina siyamsupporta as abaqeqeshi and siyamazi as i-leader yethu unawo amava noko. So sijonge kakhulu kuye for tomorrow, and siyayazi uba simthembile njengomkhokeli wethu for le matches ezayidlala ngomso.
Thank you, Sticky. Thank you, Pietie. And thanks everybody for joining us. I'll send out the recording shortly, and have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baya.
Dankie julle, né?
Okay. Cheers, Pietie. Cheers, Ras. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.